Welcome to another episode. In this episode, we'll be doing Trafficator. So we'll be making use of capacitor, IC socket, 5 timer, light emitting diode, 2-pin socket, 10K resistor, 1K resistor. So let's start. This is our ferro board. Locate the middle of your ferro board, depending the size of the ferro board with you. So I'm trying to locate my middle. Okay. Yeah, perfect. I've gotten my middle. So I'll tape so it won't fall off. So let's sit down first, followed by the lead. Okay. Sit down to the next one. So as I'm soldering my soldering iron first, then followed by the lead. Solder iron first, followed by the lead. Yeah, we are done. Okay, let's move forward. So next, so I'll be counting 2 holes. One. Okay, I'll be counting 1. So I'll be counting 1 hole towards the down part. Then I'll be bending my .90 degree. We're putting this in this direction. Yeah, just sitting down. Okay, let's solder this. So I'm doing this in this manner. Not done with that. So let me cut off the leg. I'll be cutting off the leg. Don't forget, just a little shaking. Yes, so we are fine. Next move, I'll be bringing in my 1K resistor. Yeah. So you'll be placing this resistor above pin 7 of the IC. 7 of the IC, the hole above pin 7 of the IC. So that's it, sitting down there. Let's put a tape on it. Let's solder. See our soldering iron first, followed by the lead. We are done with that. So let's cut. So we'll be making use of our capacitor. The longest leg of the capacitor is the positive, while the shortest leg is negative. So the positive will be going inside the board at pin 6 of the IC, directly on pin 6 of the IC, the whole above pin 6 of the IC. That's what our capacitor will be going into. So the longest leg going inside. So let's bend this one and make it at 90 degree for your convenience. So our capacitor is placed on pin 6 of our IC, the whole above pin 6 of our IC. That's where our capacitor is placed. Tape it. Let's solder. Okay. Straighten the leg. So just dusting my soldering iron. Now okay, we're good to go. So remove the tape and cut gently. So we have our capacitor there. What next? We'll be bringing in our 1K resistor. IC, the first O above the pin 3 is where we're putting the resistor. First O, so it's there already. So let's tape. So yeah, so we are done. Let's cut. So we are good to go. Let's come back. So we have our IC. Okay, so let's bring in our socket. These are sockets. So I'll be placing the socket directly to the IC pin. So from the right, count 2 O's, 1, 2, and from the bottom of the first leg of the IC, count 2 O's, 1, 2. So let's do our soldering. Yeah, very beautiful. So we are good to go. So let's bring in 2 jumpers. for our output. Okay, for that, let's do the circuit tracing first, then we do the jumper part later. So let's start joining. So looking at this now, let's turn back our board. Okay, our capacitor is connected to pin 6 of the IC. Let's confirm that. Okay, confirmed. So let's do that first. So our resistor, 1K resistor, is connected to pin 7. Okay, so pin 7 to the top. Pin 6. Okay, we are there. So you're having this pile shape, which is beautiful, just like what we wanted. Okay, so we have our pins on ground now. So let's join pin 3. Pin 3 to the resistor. So pin 2 coming to pin 6. So let's take it to pin 6. So we are there. So okay, we are there now. Okay, what next? Let's take our board again. So right now we are trying to connect our power rail. So let's say, like I said, sometimes you just have to raise your board a little, check your copper rail, check your lead rail. So let's go now. So okay, we are there. We are doing well. So let's take it to our. Okay, let's check our board again and see what we have here. Okay. Okay, so let's take it to pin 8. Pin 8. Let's bend it a little. So we are currently on pin 8, which is nice. This is beautiful. So the next one now is take ground to pin 1. So let's patiently, don't mind. Let's go now. Yeah, one at a time. Okay, so we're almost there. Okay, so we are there. So pin 1. So we solved the problem of pin 1. Let's go down to pin. Okay. See where we can come to the ground. Let's check. Okay. There are ways. Okay. So let's go now. Our ground. Bringing it. Okay, so let's bring it closer. So one hole at a time, one hole at a time, one hole at a time. So let's go one at a time. Let's keep pushing. We're almost there. Let's keep pushing. We're almost there. One at a time. Yeah. Okay, so now need to push it up a little bit. So we are trying to join this negative rail to the capacitor leg. Okay, we're almost there. Let's keep going. Let's keep going and hooray, we are there. So let's see what we have. I'll be checking to see how my rail went. Okay, went nice. So you can take a look. Let's see. Okay, so let's bring in our jumper so we can have our LED on it. Okay, we're doing it this way. So we'll be doing it this way. Okay, go pushing. Okay, so let me just push it up a little so you won't bridge anything. Okay, so this is the first one. The second one too will come in handy. Yeah. Okay. So we are happy. Yeah. So let's come. I'm trying to bend it towards this. Try to bend this. Okay. So let's do the soldering. Okay, we are good. So I'll be cutting the legs off now. Yeah, as you can see, my jumper, I'm bringing it out the jumper. The first one is the one above the resistor, right above the resistor, the one towards the end. This is the positive, while the negative one is the one step below the resistor, so which is this one. So look at the circuit is joining to the negative rail. This one is the one right above the resistor. It's connected to the resistor. So let's bring in the emitting diode. Like I explained earlier, the longest leg of our light emitting diode is the positive, the shortest leg is the negative. So we'll be putting resistor at both legs because we are making use of 12 volts, and you know that this car makes use of 12 volts. So we're trying to run a trafficator for this car. So let's run this. Okay. Okay, let's come again. So just put him in mode. Be careful so you won't burn your hand in the process. So I'm putting my hand on the other leg, not the first one. So yeah, good. So let's come again. So with what we have done, all we need is just a touch when soldering. So bend your resistor 90 degrees, bring it closer, drop a touch, blow, come around again, bend your resistor 90 degrees, just a touch, blow. Okay, we are good. So check. Okay, we are good. So let's drop this, just a touch as well. So you won't take this one off the board, just a touch. So check if everything is still intact. Nice. So before joining this light emitting diode to the board, let's do a rundown with our compass. So let's separate all the legs. So the reason why we are doing all this is to make sure that no point is joining together, no point is bridging, and so you won't on your circuit and everything will come up in flames. So you need to run your compass or any sharp object through the copper tracks. Can blow. So we are almost there, we are almost on the finish line. Just like so, we are good. Okay, one last part. Yeah, so we are good. Let's bring in our light emitting diode. Oh. Even though we don't need two resistors, no, let's just put it. Okay, so let's be mindful of the longest leg. Yeah, so this is the longest leg, what we have soldered. So that one will come here, blow, put the lead on the other leg. So don't put it on the board, extend the leg out. Yeah, so put the lead, blow. So we are good to go. You can stretch this one out a bit too and everything. So let's do a routine check, but before that, let's connect we are done with the connecting the switch and everything. So we'll be taking the jumper from pin 4. So pin 4 is directly, I'll be making use of this jumper. I've already cut it down. So I'll be putting it right below pin 4. This pin 4. So there is a hole right below it. Let's put it. Actually, I can see it. Push it this way. Even though the resistor is already covering it, but find out a way to put it. So let's bend it at this part. Let's bend it towards pin 4. Let's bend it towards pin 4 like this. Okay, so let's look for a way to bend this also. The hole below the socket, we are putting the end of the jumper to. So the hole below this, our positive rail, the hole below it is where we are putting the right of the jumper. So we are there now. So let's bend the legs. I'll be bending this towards the positive. The down towards pin 4. So let's go now. So we don't need heavy soldering on it. Just to hold it to the pin 4, that's fine. So let's come here. All we need here is hold this to pin 1. So we are good. So let's separate. Let's start separating. Start separating so we don't have issues. Especially so let's separate. So we are done. So let's go now. So let's check our circuits if everything is working. Let's plug our friend, our guy. So let's blow the table. Let's remove the dirt, everything. So let's check our multimeter. Turn it to 20 volts DC. Then let's go again. So we're connecting the first leg of our multimeter to pin 8, the other leg to pin 1. So let's on our switch. That's what we have. We have 12 volts. Let's switch it off. It's going down gradually. So we have 12 volts. That's fine. So that's what we are expecting. So to be on the safer side, let's remove everything so we can be sure. So in previous episode, I told you something. The arc on your IC needs to match the arc on the IC pin socket. So the mark on your IC needs to match the mark on the IC pin socket. So let's go now. Okay. So we are there. If you're having issues putting your IC in the socket, try and lean it towards the table. Make sure the legs are 90 degrees to the IC, just as we did in our previous video. So let's come again. Let's plug. So let's look at our flasher. Just turn it on. So we are wondering how mommy's car flashes anytime she's on the Trafficator. This is the circuit that is controlling it, even though it's from the brain box. So can you see now? It's flashing every 1 second. So if I should off this my switch, it goes off. But anytime I switch it on, it comes on flashing. So that is it. So if Trafficator board controls the bulb. It depends on the timing you set. If you change this capacitor to a bigger capacitor, maybe 220 UF. Right now I'm using 100 UF. If you are using 220 UF, then delay will be long. Delay of coming on will be longer. The delay of going off will be longer. So, but right now I'm using 100 UF. So that's why I'm having this type of timing. So if you want something longer, you can adjust this time, and if you want something shorter, you can adjust this capacitor over here. So thank you. See you in the next episode.